So I made a video talking about my all-time must-watch TV show. And the TV show West Wing made the list. Now I'm going to talk about why that's one of the must-watch TV shows of all time. First, let's talk about what makes it so great. Number one thing, that president is one of the best leaders I've ever seen on any television show. He is the best. Think of any boss you've seen, any leader of any organization you've ever seen. No, President Bartlet is better. He acts exactly the way that you wish a president would actually act, with empathy. He's incredibly smart. He's driven. He gets the best out of his people. And this cast is great. The writing's incredible, and the characters are like, on Frasier, where the characters are unapologetically smart. They are the smartest people in the room, but they're not jerks about it. And there's always something going on, but most of them are almost never bitter about it. They're like, hey, we just got to do what's best for the country. They are constantly being challenged, and they are constantly rising to the occasion. So if you've never seen it, you might be wondering, well, what is this show about? Basically, the show is about President Bartlet, played by Martin Sheen, and it starts with being, I believe it's his second year in his first term of office as the president, and the show is basically him doing his job, being the president, and all the advisors and the people around him. And one of the most interesting things is almost all the challenges they faced way back then are still things that we face as Americans to this day. I believe there's maybe a 4-episode arc where they are trying to solve the Israel-Palestine conflict. And as you can imagine, they have some epic moments on the show. Absolutely epic. Like the episode Two Cathedrals, where the president is deciding whether or not he wants to run for a second term, even though there's a whole lot of controversy going on. There was the kidnappings, there was the shootings and attempted assassinations. And oddly enough, one of the get your heartbeat running thriller episodes was when they were doing the primaries to see who's going to replace him. Another thing I like about the show was only 7 seasons. It didn't go on and on and on. They found a good place to stop. They started at the beginning of his second term, went all the way around to the beginning of his predecessors, and I think that's a really nice loop. You can watch this absolute gem of a show on HBO Max, and I highly recommend that you do. If you have seen the show or plan to see this show, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that follow button, and I'll see you in the next one.